Better get excited because Wartales just went into full release. It left early access yesterday, and I am very much looking forward to revisiting the game in its full glory, as we spent over 100 hours on it during its early access periods, made quite some guides for it as well. But for the people who are new to the channel, Wartales is an open-world adventure game in which you manage your own crew, fight your way to victory, loot enemies, craft your own weapons and armor, cook dishes, and camp in pretty harsh environments, let's say, to survive in this world filled with challenges. Before we get ahead of ourselves, I quickly want to thank Shiro Games for making these videos possible. I mean, it's literally an honor to continue making videos for a game which I really enjoyed playing. In this series, we're going to talk about pretty much everything you need to know about Wartales to get started. New features like the new Alazar region, new challenges you have to overcome, including battle arenas, runes, but also talk about the multiplayer, make a dedicated video for that as well. I'm going to share all my projects in the description, so you can check them out right there. So yes, a lot to talk about. I can't wait, seriously. This is going to be an epic week. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so first off, what exactly is Wartales? And is it something for you? I already explained some of the core mechanics during the intro, but Wartales is basically an adventure game in which you want to take your time to explore a huge world filled with treasure, adventure, and of course also a lot of challenges. If you're a huge fan of games like Skyrim, this is definitely going to be something for you, as there is a lot of crafting your own weapons and armor, cooking your own dishes, lockpicking, stealing, just managing your own crew of mercenaries, which, by the way, you can do multiplayer. So while the game has an awesome storyline built in every single region you can explore, you basically want to write your own story. And very important, you want to take your time for it while you're at it, because this is not a game which you can finish in just a couple hours or days of playtime. No. You're gonna spend tens, if not hundreds of hours exploring every nook and cranny this game has to offer. You can approach it in different ways. You can be the good guy. Just be nice mercenaries who do some side quests here and there to restore peace on the world. Or you can wreak havoc on it by becoming the most feared gang of outlaws by just taking down every single mercenary crew you come across, loot their weapons and armor, maybe launder them for a lot of money at the black market. Yeah, there is just so much you can do, approach the game in different ways, so it comes with a lot of replay value as well. I can tell with almost 200 hours of playtime on Steam that I haven't even finished the game a single time. I did a couple of replays to try and optimize my playstyle, my crew, the way how I want to approach this game with my first full playthrough, let's say. But there are so many ways you can do this, so you can tell that there is hundreds of hours of playtime. And now that the game is even on discount, it's definitely worth checking out on Steam. If you want to do so, be sure to use my link in the description down below, so you will get to the right page. Anyways, a very important factor of Wartales is the combat. It's a turn-based strategy game. So what exactly is that? Well, it's not a live, action-packed, full focus on type of gameplay. No, again, you want to take your time for this game, and you're basically deciding your moves turn by turn. So if you manage this crew of mercenaries, you will basically make them more powerful the more you progress in the game, because you of course stumble upon new enemies you can deal with to possibly loot their weapons, their armor, or you can craft your own, equip your mercenaries with it, make them heavy tanks with a sword and shield, or maybe equip a heavy two-handed mace to break armor. There are many ways you can reform your group. You can change the talents, add some new abilities so they can literally shine on the battlefield. And you simply want to take turns with every single one of your character to dominate on the battlefield. And after you've basically resolved it, you will reap those rewards. Definitely important information, as it's not real-time strategy or live action, let's say. You want to take your time for this. Anyways, let's quickly check out what's new with the 1.0 release for the people who are already familiar with Wartales. So with 1.0, we get a new region, the Alazar region, which basically introduces us to the land of Drombach, where we have to deal with many new foes, including frost wolves and polar bears, but also a group of pretty evil human beings who basically worship the all-seeing eye. We're gonna explore the new Alazar region together in my follow-up video, in which we're gonna check out the new arena, the new Tomb of the Ancient, which you can raid for a lot of treasure, as well as the new boss fights. But what I think is very nice with a 1.0 update is now we get so many more upgrades to the camp, as well as new levels for our companions. So if you've already played Wartales during the early access, you know that we had a level cap. Well, this one has been increased to 12 and our enemies to 14, so a lot more challenges are awaiting us. While at level 12 you can now also unlock braveries, which are gonna make your characters even more unique with some pretty special new powers. Animals can also choose new talents. You can also make charcoal at your campfire, and there was also a new resource added, hemp. This is basically one which you can pick up in pretty much every single point of interest, like a blacksmith or a lumber mill, which you come across in the wild. And if you pick up that hemp, you can basically craft some new rope with that, which is going to make it easier to make new pythons to quickly travel from A to B. We also got some makeovers to the arenas. The old arenas are getting new requirements, bonuses, and rebalancing of the features itself. We also have a new arena in the Drombach region, as well as the Arthes and Ludern region. So 3 new arenas added with 1.0, as well as 3 new specializations for your spearmen, archers, and swordsmen. So a lot more customization was added to make your crew even more unique. They also added a new difficulty to the arena. So if you want to put your crew to the real test, this one is gonna be awesome. I already did a couple of arena runs yesterday, and boy oh boy, had great fun in those. They also added a couple new Tombs of the Ancients, not only in the Drombach region for Alazar, but also a new tomb in the Vertreuse or Gozenberg area, which is basically in the center of the map. We also have Rouste, a type of sports which you can take part in Wartales, the Rouste tournaments. This was already part of the early access, but I wasn't able to check it out yet. It seems to be a lot of fun. You have to throw around with a ball. Gonna be something similar to volleyball. So if you're getting a little bit tired of all the combat, just wanna find another way to challenge yourself, this one is gonna be pretty interesting, as it also comes with a difficult mode. So brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for a lot of challenges. Professions also got reworked, which I am very happy about, especially for woodcutters, because you used to have somebody with an axe in your party before you were able to cut logs in half. Well, that's no longer necessary. Now you can just assign any of your companions to do the job, get your hands on some extra firewood to craft, or of course throw it on the fire to keep your lads happy. But then we also have huge changes coming up with the oil, as alchemist was a profession to craft your own medicine, let's say, but also oils. Now they feel a lot more interesting, as you will craft long-term investments for your crew. So it's probably something you have to equip right now, rather than a consumable which you constantly have to enable or apply to your weapons, which I found a pretty tedious thing. Very happy about these changes. Blacksmith also has many new tiers of weapons and armor to craft. Scholar also got reworked slightly, which you basically get access to once you start exploring the Tombs of the Ancients. So now you have to decipher runes by playing a brand new activity. All pretty good stuff. While I am very happy that the graphics of the game were improved. The stability, because I got a lot of FPS issues. Definitely make sure to update your graphic drivers though, as I had some pretty weird stuttering. Well, right now it's fixed with the latest NVIDIA graphics. Backpacks are evolving with your gear. We also get some new options for customization, new faces, new beards, and while I think they do look good, some people also complained because they kind of ruined the faces of their old early access saves. And I kind of have to agree with this, because some of my guys all of a sudden looked pretty weird, but the ultimate fix for that is to just start from 0 in 1.0, because yeah, this will give you the best experience. Many challenges got reworked, like arenas, Tombs of the Ancients. So I think it's the best to just re-explore everything, starting from zero with, of course, the official release of Wartales. It's gonna take a lot of time to restart your crew, but in the end, it's gonna be worth it. I did it myself as well, played the entire day yesterday, and I already had a blast. So we're probably gonna share more of that in the coming days as well. But yeah, a lot more balancing. Choosing your destiny is now also going to be a lot more interesting, as you will have many more different choices, more bonuses you can start off with, as well as debuffs to make your start a lot more interesting. But of course, the more you progress in the game, the more you will decide your own fate, while difficulty also got revamped. And to put this short, you basically have two different options: adaptive or region-locked exploration. And with adaptive exploration, you will basically have access to all the different regions Wartales has to offer. So you can go wherever, whenever you want to go. And based on the power of your crew, this will also determine the strength of your enemies. So say you level up pretty quickly, you get some nice weapons and armor, your enemies will also become stronger, while with a region-locked exploration, you will be fixed to one certain region, and you want to finish this entire area to basically get ready for the next one. But of course, once you leave this area, become a lot more powerful in the second one, revisit the first, it will be easy mode. So I definitely recommend you to go for adaptive, as it will give you the best experience. You can just do whatever you want, and everything will be interesting based on your crew's power. Very important, you want to fiddle with this, as you can change your difficulty during a save. So say you cranked up the difficulty a little bit too much, you can always tone it down a little bit mid-game, while I think combat difficulty on the maximum, survival difficulty on the maximum, and save mode limited is the best experience to play this game. You can also go Iron Man or hardcore mode. Basically, if your crew dies or if you make a stupid decision, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences, while sometimes can be bugs or things that you really didn't anticipate. Then it can be pretty frustrating to not get back to a previous situation or location. We also have a lot of balancing in regards to the economy, units, weapons, armor, and skills. But if you want to check out all the details, I will add a link in the description so you can check them out yourselves. So there you have it, a lot to talk about. Many improvements made to the game. Very much looking forward to covering all this in the coming days. But the cool thing is, it's even on the front page of Steam right now. I do recommend you though, if you didn't get a chance to check it out yet, to do so as quick as possible, because right now it's actually 25% off. I would say a steal for the hundreds of hours you can enjoy this game in different ways, both single and multiplayer, let's say. But yeah, if you can't wait to check it out yourself, be sure to follow my Ultimate Beginner Guide, let's say, which already gives you all the information you need to get started off the right foot. I'm probably going to make a 1.0 revision of that video to share basically the rebalancing, what's going to be interesting now, but it's still pretty accurate. In the coming days, the first video we're going to do is the Alazar region. We're going to explore this one together. We're going to check out the new battle arena, the Tomb of the Ancients, but we're also going to make some new crew compositions. What's going to be the best party, let's say, to deal with the highest difficulty in the game. Check out the multiplayer with a couple of friends, which I'm already planning right now. Very much looking forward to trying out this multiplayer experience, which I haven't seen yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video helpful. And of course, big love to Shiro Games for making this video series possible. Can't wait to talk about everything the game has in store for us in the coming days. Right now, though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.